Under the deep blue sea off the coast of Europe, a dark shadow moves slowly. Not a fish, not a crab, but a stranger armed with massive claws nearly a foot long, strong enough to snap through rock-hard shells in a split second. And here's the twist. It doesn't belong here. This creature comes from halfway around the world, from the cold waters off the coast of Maine, United States. Back home, it fuels a $600 million a year industry, a symbol of wealth and fine dining. It's viewed as an invader, a killer beneath the waves. What is it doing here? And how did a high-class delicacy served in American restaurants turn into an ecological threat for Europe's oceans? The mystery has scientists and fishermen both puzzled, and the story you're about to hear may forever change the way you look at the ocean. This is Real Shock, the American lobster invasion. A $600 million species now waging war beneath Europe's seas. In its homeland along the rugged coasts of Maine and Canada, the American lobster is an icon. A survivor of the cold Atlantic deep. An adult can weigh more than 40 pounds, stretch nearly 3 feet long, and live for over half a century on the seafloor. Its massive claws aren't just weapons, they're tools of survival. One crushes hard shells with bone-cracking force. The other shreds flesh into tiny pieces. And when it comes to reproduction, this species is unmatched. A single mature female can carry over 100,000 eggs in just one season. All it takes is one powerful storm, and the population can double within a few short years. Even underwater, the ocean seems to echo with tension, a warning of what's to come. On the banquet table, it served as a luxury dish, a symbol of taste and status. But out in the open sea, it's the prize of one of the most dangerous jobs on Earth. An animal that gives life, yet constantly takes it away. Because when this creature crossed the ocean, its strength once admired became a threat to Europe's fragile ecosystems. That same power makes the American lobster a coveted treasure. But hauling it from the bottom of the sea to a dinner plate comes at a steep price. Off the coast of Maine, fishermen drop hundreds of steel traps, each weighing more than 40 pounds. They stretch in long, endless rows for miles, resting over 150 feet beneath the waves. Inside the bait is simple dead fish, and the work brutal. Yeah, this is going to be fun for about 5 minutes. Every morning in freezing winds, fishermen fight to pull up each trap with heavy cables. The Atlantic is merciless. Waves can rise 20 feet high, tossing small boats like toys. One turn of the wind, one sudden surge, and everything can vanish into the dark. Still, they keep going. Because out here, stopping means losing everything. It's going to be fun for about 5 minutes. For divers, the danger runs even deeper. They plunge into water only a few degrees above freezing, careful not to get caught in ropes or nets, or worse, run out of oxygen in the black silence of the deep. And even if they reach their target, those 1-foot claws can snap a finger in the blink of an eye. Fuel prices climb. Bait traps and maintenance cost thousands of dollars every season. The market rises and crashes without warning. One fisherman from Brittany said, "Some days the waves are as high as a wall, but if I don't go out, I'll lose hundreds of traps." This job, it's about survival, but it's also a gamble with life. A fierce battle man versus ocean just to haul this crustacean from the depths. But when it accidentally crossed the Atlantic, another battle began. Not of men and waves, but of species and survival. This time, the fight would unfold in European waters. One of the most debated mysteries in marine science begins here with a theory that sounds almost unbelievable. Some experts believe the American lobster didn't swim across the Atlantic. It drifted, hidden inside the ballast water of massive cargo ships. Every single day, hundreds of vessels leave the U.S. East Coast for European ports, pumping in millions of gallons of seawater, and with it perhaps a few stowaway lobsters, hardy enough to survive a journey of more than 3,000 miles. Another theory points to human hands. Fishermen and restaurant owners once brought live American lobsters to Europe, hoping to breed them in controlled farms. But all it takes is a few escapees, and suddenly a new colony can take root in foreign waters. Then there are the stories of well-meaning tourists buying live lobsters from markets and releasing them back to the wild, never realizing they've just unleashed an alien predator into an unfamiliar sea. Whatever the cause, the consequences are undeniable. For the first time, scientists recorded American lobsters off the coast of Norway. Just a few years later, traps in Scotland and France began pulling up strange, oversized claws. A silent migration was underway. At first, no one noticed. But slowly the numbers grew and Europe's seafloor began to change. That's when the real conflict began, a quiet, unseen war beneath the waves. The American lobster met its European cousin. But this was no peaceful meeting. Smaller, weaker, and far less fertile, the native species never stood a chance. An adult American lobster can reach nearly 3 feet long, almost twice the weight of its European rival. When the two fight for the same rocky shelter, the stronger one always wins. It's a brutal irony. A species that brings instant profit could erase thousands of years of ecological balance. In Europe's markets, these invaders quickly turned into gold. A single fresh lobster could sell for as much as $25 per pound, a tempting reward for fishermen facing rising fuel costs and shrinking catches. But every trap they haul could be one step closer to the end of a native species. For many fishermen, it felt like a gift from the sea itself. Each time they pulled up a trap, they found several dozen pounds of American lobster, enough to pay for fuel bait and even the week's expenses. It seemed like free money from the deep. But nature never gives without taking something back. The truth is, Europe's native lobster industry, worth hundreds of millions of euros every year now, stands on the edge of collapse. If the native species vanished, thousands of coastal families could lose their livelihoods forever. So the question remains, is Europe really gaining from this invasion, or merely borrowing from the future at a cost it cannot repay? Facing the growing threat, European nations began to act. Some imposed outright bans on farming or importing American lobsters. Others tightened border controls on live seafood transport. Local fishermen were urged to catch and never release any foreign lobster they found. In certain regions, small bounties were even offered for each invader brought ashore. A war of survival had begun, not between nations, but between species. And as scientists continue to watch the silent struggle beneath the waves, one truth becomes clear. Every invasion starts with a single act of carelessness and ends with a ripple that touches the whole planet. Because what happens below the surface never stays there for long. But the story doesn't end there. Recent studies by the Institute of Marine Research in Norway revealed that American lobsters have already established stable breeding populations along parts of the Scandinavian coast. DNA analysis confirmed that nearly 10% of lobsters caught in southern Norway now carry American genetic markers, a sign of hybridization between the two species. It's an event scientists once thought impossible. And it's not just Norway. In 2024, marine biologists in the United Kingdom recorded American lobsters nearly 50 miles off the coast of Cornwall, far beyond the original detection zones. Warmer ocean temperatures rising by almost 2 degrees Celsius over the past 2 decades have accelerated their expansion northward. What started as an accident has now become evolution in real time. So now the question isn't just about the lobster, it's about us. When humans move species across oceans for profit or taste, are we exploring or are we playing God with the sea itself? Did we create a new balance or unleash a silent chaos we can no longer control? Tell us what you think. Is the American lobster a symbol of opportunity or the next warning from nature that we've gone too far? Drop your thoughts below. We read every single comment. If you love uncovering shocking truths about our planet's wildest frontiers,